A decision Atif Ray now regrets. He's the victim sitting in this truck. He never heard any arguing and never saw a gun, but he heard and felt the shots. He told us what happened exclusively from his hospital bed.
I didn't see anything. I was looking down at my phone. I heard a pop. I know what it sounded like. So I tried to move forward. I tried to just like drive off forward. But then I heard more shots. And then I tried to back up. And when I tried to back up, I got hit in the back with a bullet. And I was like, oh my God, it's real now. But then when I tried to step on the gas and keep going backwards, I got hit again.
According to police, two groups of people started arguing, then shooting at each other in this Circle K gas station parking lot. There's a bullet hole in the store window, and the video shows fire coming out of one of the guns. 3 bystanders, including Atif, were injured.
That's the world we live in, Ty. It's scary.
Please.
Sure.
Please take a picture of what came out. Isn't that crazy? Unbelievable.
This is the bullet that y'all just took out my chest.
Just took it out. I know you feel bad.
I feel much better.
So you got.
Wild.
A Sunday afternoon church service dramatically interrupted. The terrifying incident at Jesus' Dwelling Place Church in North Braddock, Pennsylvania, unfolding on a live stream, showing a gunman identified by police as 26-year-old Bernard Jr. Polite approached Pastor Glenn Germany and attempted to shoot, but the gun didn't go off.
It clicked. You heard him shoot it. It clicked, so God jammed the gun so that the bullet didn't come out.
The deacon, sitting just feet away, leapt into action.
The man had his back turned towards me, and I could see he would never see me coming.
Both men wrestling the weapon from the gunman's hands. In the church at the time, 25 congregation members, including the pastor's daughter.
Stood up and he smiled at me, and it was just a smile.
The pastor actually speaking with the gunman.
He said, look, spirits was in my mind. He said that they got in my mind and they told me come in and shoot the pastor. He actually apologized to me. I told him that I forgive you and I want you to know I love you.
What could have been a devastating tragedy at this small community church, now considered a small miracle.
God had his hands on the pastor. He wouldn't let him go nowhere.
No question. No.
Literally hunted down like a dog by some of his classmates on Friday, April 26th, and then he went into cardiac arrest. This is 16-year-old Justin Johnson from Lower Paxton Township in Pennsylvania. He had moved to the States from Jamaica about 2 years ago and was just trying to fit in and make friends. He was a sophomore at Central Dauphin High School, and he was planning on trying out for the football team in the fall. 3 of the boys from that football team went to his house on Friday and pretty much tricked him into coming out of the house, and then they hunted him down like a dog. Trigger warning. So here you can see one of the boys running up to his door and ring the doorbell to try to get him to come outside. They eventually get him to come out of the house. They had been making comments like, hey, we see you in the window, come out. Okay, so this is as he's coming out of the house. You'll see him here in just a second on the right. So there he is in the back, and then you'll see a kid get out of a car there, right there, and just start chasing him. Someone says, get it on video. Here it is from another view. You'll see them come running here in just a second. And one of the boys, as he's chasing him, says he went back to effing Africa. I don't know if he dropped his phone while he was being chased or what, but there's another video that shows one of the boys grabbed this chair and set it there in front of the door, and they put his phone on top of the chair. So you see Justin walking here. He grabs his phone. He seems very short of breath and exhausted. And then he ends up going inside and calling his dad. Now, according to reports, Justin had made a call to his dad while he was running and told him that he was trying to run away from a group of kids that were chasing him. After he got into the house, he called his dad again and told him that he was short of breath and felt like he couldn't breathe. His father returned home from work to find Justin face down in the kitchen floor. Medics arrived and immediately began doing CPR on him, and then they transferred him to Hershey Medical Center, where he was pronounced deceased. Tuesday, April 30th would have been his 17th birthday, but instead, he'll be having an autopsy done. A neighbor named Belinda Ward said that they coerced him out of the house and then hunted him down like an animal. This is an active investigation, and multiple departments are involved with this, including the Pennsylvania Human Relations Commission. Thoughts and prayers going to the father, and I will keep everybody updated on this case.
Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey. Is your birthday? Why you look weird? Hey, birthday girl. Give me a peace on. Ooh. If that video hurt your heart as much as it did mine, then I'm sure you will be so happy to know that her mother has finally been charged for the murder of her daughter, Jalea Eason. Here are some shocking, horrific details on what happened to this baby girl. The autopsy has finally came back, and just reading this just hurt me to the core. Here you guys see her mother being taken from the precinct and put into a car, taken to jail. So almost a year later, she was finally charged with murder. You guys can go look up this case and read more about it. If you have been following this case like I've been, just know some of the details that they tell you is really, really, really shocking. I literally can't believe this, but I am so glad that her mother has finally been charged for murder. So justice has been served.
For
Bradford County Sheriff's deputies say last week, we are confirming that 4 Newberry High School students are dead after a crash during a high-speed chase. Bradford County Sheriff's deputies say last week a car was stolen in Gainesville and the theft was possibly connected to the homicide case. The stolen car was later involved in a high-speed chase that started in Bradford County and ended in Alachua County. A state trooper used a ramming technique and the car rolled over and hit a pole. There were 4 young teens in the car between the ages of 14 and 16. 2 of the teens died at the scene. The other 2 were taken to the hospital. Newberry Mayor Jordan Marlowe confirms the 2 who were taken to the hospital have since died. Of the 4 teens in the car, 2 had on an ankle monitor, 3 had active warrants.
Tragedy in the Bronx. A 17-year-old girl is dead after she was stabbed in the middle of the afternoon in the Soundview section. Another teenager is now in custody, and New York cops now telling us what may have led up to that attack. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Johnson.
It was a brutal bloodbath, a battle between 2 teenage girls that left a shocking sight outside of 1105 Boynton Avenue. Indications are the girls had a running dispute, and one pulled a knife and viciously plunged it into the body of the 17-year-old victim multiple times.
I spoke to her this morning, you know what I'm saying? She had a little argument with her sister or something this morning. She was mad, but she was on her way to school. And I got a call saying somebody got stabbed across the street. And I found out it was her. I was like, that's crazy. I was just talking to her this morning.
Crime scene units arrived to gather evidence after the attacker was taken into custody. The victim and the suspect both live in the building. The awful violence happened at 2:17 in the afternoon, just as school was ending for the day.
It's sad, you know? It's nothing to like. It's sad. It's our kids.
With so much blood on the ground, the victim had very little chance and was declared dead at the hospital. Residents of the building were horrified by the nightmarish amount of blood near the entrance to their building.
Been living here 30 years and never saw something in here like that. So brutal. Kids.
Residents say cops are usually on patrol in the neighborhood following another recent violent crime in the area, and say the residents and police need to cooperate to make the area safe for everyone.
For the sister and the moms to find out, it's even more sad. You know what I'm saying? So the only way to fix, like I said, fix this is to come together as a community.
The 15-year-old suspect ran back into the apartment building but was taken into custody by police. 2 other teenagers on the scene were also questioned and released. In the Soundview section of the Bronx, Anthony Johnson, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Even though he was celebrating prom Saturday, his 7th day is this Saturday. So that really sucks the day that this happened.
Early Sunday morning, a shooting occurred at the intersection of Lakeshore Drive and Crystal Drive in Columbus. When officers arrived, they found 2 victims in separate cars suffering from gunshot wounds after authorities say the 3rd vehicle rode by, shooting into the other 2 cars. 16-year-old Darius Bryant died at a local hospital. The other victim, Clarence Favors, was rushed into surgery. Bryant's father, Katarsman Bryant, says it's heartbreaking. His son's life was cut short due to gun violence.
The life of somebody that, that didn't deserve this. Nobody really deserves this, but this you hurt a community, you hurt a family, you took a brother, you took a son, and, you left a lot of people hurt, so.
Better known as DB wasn't at home. He played football, basketball, and ran track at Manchester High School, leading 2 teams to championships. His father is the defensive coordinator for the football team.
If I would have known that you wouldn't be here.